What's going on, guys? Gabe with ReviewDork. My voice is coming back. Ranch Capital. No cease and desist. I'll stay in my lane. Anyways, let's go ahead and look at the chart here. We have AMC just flirting with the 49.92 level of resistance, and I really see this breaking through. We have a green day. We should celebrate the green day after yesterday's news. I want to go ahead and look at the 4-hour, and as you guys could see, dating all the way back to May 24th. And as we respect this trend line, I want you guys to pay attention to something even more important, and that is the RSI. Now, for newbie investors, you tend to look at the RSI as an indicator of reversal. When it hits 70, you sell. When it hits 30, it's oversold, so you buy. But when an equity is in an upward trend, you want to see this stay neutral or above neutral. And for nearly about 2 weeks, that's exactly what AMC has done. Now, we also look at the MACD here, and you could see that we have a convergence of the MACD and the signal line, which is indicative of a reversal as we enter a buying cycle. And that's what I would want to see, because we all want to see AMC continue respecting the trend on upwards. With all the information we got yesterday, it's endgame. And yeah, you guys need to feel proud about yourselves. The strategy's changed. We'll get to that in a second. Now, let's cover a few things here. Let's go ahead and look at Fintel. Fintel shows a short squeeze score of 91.49. If that's not telling, you guys already know what it is. We are winning. Let's go ahead and look up Vortex data, because Vortex data had us literally pulling out our hairs like they're covering. Now, they made the adjustment to exchange reported short interest, and you see that adjustment, 102.3 million, and that is actually up. If we look at today's live updates, we see estimated current short interest as 64.98 million. I want you guys to take that as a grain of salt. We're going to get to this point towards the end of the video. As you guys could see, we are easily influenced by numbers. Well, of course, we want to see AMC do the rocket thing. So, our silverback, Adam Aaron, this tweet has been beaten down to death by other YouTubers, and how we break down the shares outstanding, how many shareholders, and these are shareholders eligible to vote. So this would be inclusive of US and Canada only. More importantly, it is exclusive of South America, Europe, and Asian markets. Guys, this is a worldwide movement. So these numbers, just like Vortex numbers, don't tell you everything. So we go ahead and we move along, and we have G. Adams, and he breaks this down. Owned by retail, 492 million. Major holders and insiders, 115 million. Short interest, 100 million. Insiders, 165 million. When we sum this up, we are surplus 74% against the float. That's mind-numbing. But we're going to throw an extra wrinkle in there, because monkeys like to throw wrenches. So, this is June 3rd, and we have an article, meme praise for AMC. And to sum it up, Korean investors bought $225 million worth of AMC shares this week. So this is dated June 3rd. So when we go back to the chart, we go all the way back to, let's say, May 25th. And let's go ahead and try to find maybe an average price. And let's just say, just to be conservative, that the average buy-in was $30. That's a little high, but it gives us a nice, even round number of 7.5 million shares. So now we go back to this illustration provided by G. Adams, and we add 7 million shares, or a little more than 7 million shares to owned by retail. And guess what, guys? We have 499 million shares. So why is this important? For those who are attempting to understand the squeeze, thing is, currently, as long as we don't sell, there is no possible mathematical way for the shorts to cover. We talked about this for 6 months. We named the price, and you knew apes. If you were referred to AMC by an OG ape, give him a handshake, give him a thank you, because we have been enduring the manipulation for well over 6 months. The peaks, the valleys, the stress, the tension, FUD. This is endgame. And this is the game plan. Before, we were buying the dip because we were building out our portfolio. Now you buy the ask because the squeeze is inevitable. We can't count on the SEC, the OTC, the DTCC to do their jobs. Why can't we? They're in somewhat of a quagmire right now. If they do their jobs, they are catalysts to the mother of all squeezes. But then you open up a can of worms here because you have negligence. The question now becomes, why weren't you doing your job? And so guys, a lot of people's jobs are on the line right now. We really can't count on those guys to create new rules to enforce. We can't. The only way we make this happen is if we continue to buy the ask and continue to put buying pressure on the AMC stock. Those guys, the hedgies, DTCC, SEC, OTC, they're going to be busy covering their assets. And they're all in bed together. Us, we're going to be busy eating tendies. But I want to drive another point home. Your whole entire life, you were being told no. Want to go to college, want to get accepted to the Harvards, Stanfords, the Yales, the Columbias. No, you weren't good enough. You had your eye on an apartment. No. Your income's not good enough. Had an eye on a house. No. Your DTI isn't good enough. You had your eye on a job. No. You're overqualified. AKA, sorry, you're still not good enough. And for a lot of you, the first time in your life, you control. You are in the driver's seat. You are literally telling the hedgies, no, you cannot have my shares at $50. Guys, know what you hold. Now also, be mindful of distractions. Be very mindful of distractions, guys, because I hate to do this, man. Let's look at Clover Health. 1537. How many bag holders out there? It's not to say that Clover will not squeeze. It may, it should. Ideally, it should. The thing is, its time isn't now. And it was a distraction. Guys, be mindful of the distractions because the news, they're talking about Workhorse, they're talking about every other possible squeeze. Do you really think that those guys have your best interests at heart? They're influenced by the hedge funds. They make their money through eyeballs. And what's the best way to attract eyeballs? To put out FUD pieces because people start second guessing. What did Kramer say? What did CNBC say? You guys need to stay the course and stay focused and know what you're holding and buy more. Want to know how I got to where I'm at in life? I mean, I've adopted a very particular mindset. Pardon my arrogance in this. The lion never lose sleep over the opinion of sheep. You guys are the apes. You guys are the lions. This is Endgame. You control it. Nobody's telling you no. Nobody's telling you no. Go get your fucking tendies already, man.